going to a friend's house tonight, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to sit down and do a Sabrina Carpenter inspired pale skin version of her phenomenal makeup. Like everyone else in the world right now, I have got a major girl crush on Sabrina Carpenter. Her hair, her makeup, everything. She's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to try and probably fail to emulate her look on my pasty ass skin. I'm not going to bother putting any primer on because I want my skin to look really, really beautiful and I want it to last, and primers don't really tend to work that well on me. They're very hit and miss, and so I'm going to stick to what I know today. So I'm going to do a really, really nice clean base. This is the makeup I'm going to try and emulate. Oh, she's so pretty. Let's see what happens. I'm going to start off with Beauty Pie Everyday Great Skin Foundation. I love this. This is in the shade Vanilla. And I'm going to go ahead and make my skin look pretty. I'm using a flat brush by Real Techniques just to start applying that all over the face. This is a little bit yellow on me, but I don't care because I'm quite red. And I feel like the yellow helps to balance it out basically. So I like to put my foundation on either with my fingers initially or with a brush just to get it on first. My skin has been extremely dry recently, so I did actually apply like a healing ointment beforehand, which I know for oily people it would be too much. But for me, I am no longer oily. I was oily when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, my skin has just gotten a bit drier, and as I mentioned, I am suffering with a severe bout of dryness right now because I overdid the retinol. It's a whole other story. I'll do another video on it. But it's healed. But it's still just very dehydrated, and I'm just very, very aware of it. And I love my skin to look dewy and beautiful, and I feel like Sabrina Carpenter's skin always looks like that. So yes, I applied a very thin layer of that onto my skin, and then I'm applying this on top. I love this foundation. If you've never used it, I think it's great. I'm a big fan of Beauty Pie makeup. I have yet to try something that I don't like that they do. No, this is not sponsored by them, obviously. Just looks so pretty. It doesn't stick to dry patches. It just looks great. I love it. So you'll notice I'm not going to be paying too much attention to my forehead. That's because my fringe is going to be covering it. So what's the point? So I'll put a light layer over the top. But other than that, I'm not really going to be doing too much to my forehead because, yeah, there's not really much point. Oh no, my fringe. Down the neck. Because we're not animals anymore. It's not the 2000s. Right, now I need some concealer. So I'm going on with my favourite Bare Minerals Original Liquid Mineral Concealer. I don't see many people use this, and it's such a shame because I think this is a fantastic liquid concealer. It just goes on me really nicely. So I'm going to be putting this under the eyes and just highlight a little bit down the nose, a little bit on the chin, and a little bit around my nose because I've got some redness going on there. So this is definitely a pinker shade than the foundation, so it's going to help balance out the slight yellow effect that this foundation does tend to have on me. Using a blender just to work that into the skin a little bit. Again, I am using a concealer that I know works really well on my skin and that lasts really well. I just find that this doesn't stick in my pores. It doesn't stick to dry patches. It has good coverage. It's buildable. It blends in beautifully. Yeah, I love this concealer. I'm also using it, as you can see, just to blank out my eyelids a little bit because my eyelids have a lot of discoloration to them. I'm going to start with the contour. So I'm going to be using creams predominantly, and then I'm probably going to be layering with powders just to set everything in. So I'm going to go on with the Revolution Pro Goddess Glow in the shade Light, of course. What other shade would it be on my skin? I think the idea of these, in terms of like the packaging, is a great theory and concept, but they never work. They're so dirty and messy. They drive me absolutely crazy. Anyway, contour. And then I realised that this is all going to be covered, but you know, just in case the wind takes it. And then she's got a really sharp jawline, so I'm just going to go ahead and carve out my non-existent. And she's got quite a heart-shaped face, so I'm actually going to go in there and just contour a little bit around the chin like this to give the illusion of a pointed chin. And I am going to use a beauty blender, but I'm going to use the side of it. I'm just going to turn it around. You can see where I use my blush on this one. So I'm just going to turn it to the other side, and then I'm just going to really gently start patting this into the skin. Look how well that blends. I do really like this, and it's a cheap product as well. I love a cheap product that performs, don't we all? Don't need to spend an absolute fortune on your makeup. Put a brush here just so that I can really work that into the hairline. It's nothing worse than when it's just not blended very well. I just feel like a brush can just really fan out those edges a little bit. And I find it easier to do my jawline with a brush. Always going back to my little mirror just to check everything up close, because there's nothing worse than... What is happening with my fringe right now? There's nothing worse than when your makeup looks amazing from far away, but then you look up close and it's like, oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. I want my skin to look nice in person. I want it to look nice up close. I don't want it to be sitting in pores or looking really dry or gross or pilling or separating. So I'm always going back in with my close-up mirror just to make sure everything looks good. But then I'm taking a seat back as well, and I'm just looking and making sure that everything looks cohesive. So I could even probably add some more contour, so that's what I'm going to do, because she does have quite a defined cheekbone. So I'm just going to go ahead and just build that up a little bit. Isn't makeup fun? So much fun. Now, I do have to be kind of careful with these sorts of products because they can look quite orange on me when you're pale. That's just the danger you face. But it should be fine because this is quite a blush heavy look, so we can afford to be a little bit heavier with the contour. I'm going to go in with Hoola Benefit. This is the original shade. I don't use the light shade, well, I don't have the light shade. I will try it at some point, but I've just been in love with this product for so long. You can see I've hit pan on it. It's not the first one I've had as well. I just go back to it time and time again. It's just such a fantastic contour colour. I love it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to go over the top of what I've just done with the cream, and this is just going to help to set it, and it's also going to help define the colour. Sometimes I just like to pat the brush rather than swipe because I don't want to lift all the foundation that I've just put on. It's just going to help further do that, and then we're just going to take a load more, and I'm just using it as a bronzer just over the top of my massive forehead. I've got a really high forehead, and because my hair is light coloured as well, it gives the illusion that my hair starts even further back than it actually does. So I do like to put like a dark sort of contour line around here just to give the illusion of my forehead just being slightly lower, and to make it look like it's been sun-kissed as well a little bit. Again, a detail that's probably not important right now because my fringe is going to be down, but yeah. Okay, we're definitely going to be powdering this part and this part here, so I'm going to leave that for now, and we're going to go on to the fun bit, which is, for me, the blush. I'm going to be using the Styler Convertible colour for this. I think this is actually a lip and cheek product. I've never used it on my lips. I'm going to be using it on my cheeks first. I am definitely going to be using more than one blush as well, because I think Sabrina Carpenter, her look is all about the blush, and I'm going to be very strategic about where I place it. So because she's got a beautiful, perfect heart-shaped face, of course, and she kind of wears it kind of all over. I tend to wear mine up here, like near my cheekbones, to give the illusion of higher cheekbones. She goes a bit more mad with it, which I love. So that's what I'm going to do. I've just got a picture here that I'm going to use as a reference, though. And she also uses her highlighter a lot lower than me, so let's just go ahead and start to build the blush. Just going to go ahead and whack it on, and I think she goes a little bit up the cheeks as well with it, even like up the cheekbones like that with it. Oh, I love it. I love that. Oh my god, I love it. That looks so cute. She's onto something here, isn't she? Yeah, that, I love that placement. I never do that much in this high, but I love it. I love, love, love that. You're onto something, Sabrina. This is a lot of blush for someone who's not used to blush, I'm just saying. So if you're going to try and attempt this, you might want to go a bit lighter with the blush, otherwise you're going to feel a little bit self-conscious, I think. But I personally love that. Love it. Right, eyes. So she doesn't tend to do much to the eyes from, oh, actually, I forgot I have this other blush here. Do I have this as well? Maybe. Yeah, screw it. Okay. So I'm going to go on to the eyes. Sabrina Carpenter does not typically do much to her eyes from what I can tell, so and it's quite hard to see in this photo what her eyelid actually looks like because her fringe is in the way and she's sort of looking up like this. So I'm just going to do something that I think is as close as possible to it basically. I'm going to be using the Morphe M519 brush, and I'm just going to whack it into, actually I'm just going to use my Hoola bronzer again, and I'm just going to use that. I'm going to use that in the crease just around here, just to give me a little bit of definition. But yeah, I'm just going to whack that into the crease like this. I might just take a little bit of that under the eye as well. Okay. Probably going to need a bit more of that, so we'll come back to that in a minute, but I'm too excited and I want to do the bright colour. So I'm actually going to be using a really old product again. This is by Bare Minerals and it is Nude Beach, and it's like a very glittery nude. Does that feel like it's right? Yeah, I want to use it. I was actually just going to use my finger just to apply it. Can you see that? Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's perfect. I need to be exact. So the thing with these is that they are a loose powder, so they're messy as hell, but they're so pretty. And they just get, I think Bare Minerals as a brand does get overlooked quite a lot. But yeah, I think they have some real winners in their product line. There we go, I'm going up quite high because I do have hooded lids, but what I am going to do is then take this brush and just go back over where I just did the bronzer. I like that. I've not done eyeshadow in so long. I get really lazy with it and just stop. I just stop doing my eyes. But so when I do them, it's quite fun. I want something really pale in the inner corner, so I'm actually just going to take this Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 palette. It looks like this. And it's got lots of different colours in there, and I'm just going to go with this pale, pale, pale colour right in the inner crease just to make, again, the eyes pop. Sabrina Carpenter has very thick, dark eyebrows. Obviously, she can get away with it with her hair colouring, but for someone with red hair or even like a paler kind of blonde, it can look a bit weird. So I'm going to just oh God, this is filthy. I'm just going to fill my brows out as I normally would. I'm not going to go too heavy, and again, you're not really going to see them because they're going to be under my fringe. I'm literally just going to be using this Brow Shaper pencil by L'Oreal in the colour Blonde, just to give me a bit more definition. I actually have my brows like laminated at the moment and they're tinted, so yeah, I never do too much to them. I just try and let the natural shape do what it needs to do. I'm not in my brow era anymore. I just want them to kind of look natural and just be super easy. Don't want to spend loads of time on them because I find it really boring. Brows are probably my least favourite thing to do. But anyway, I'll rock a bit of pen. I literally just put a bit of pencil and then I just reshape them how I want them to be. And that's basically it. Oh no, I'll put a setting gel on. And I'm just going to use this Charlotte Tilbury one. Anyway, let's go back to the eyes. She's definitely wearing a liner, and I am also going to do a liquid liner, but I'm going to soften it with a powder. That is the plan. Hold you back together, and that's true. Right, I'm going to be using this. It is the Kiko Milana Super Colour Waterproof Eyeliner. This is in the shade 102. That's not useful. It's basically a dark, dark brown flecked with gold. I absolutely love it. It's amazing for blue and green eyes, so, and brown eyes. It looks beautiful on everyone, that's why I love it. Anyway, it's got a really, really thin wand, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to very closely align my eyes with it. Now she goes all the way to the inner corner, so that's what I'm going to do. Close it, shake it, because we're going to do a little flick. I've got hooded eyes, this is going to take me a while. I'll see you on the other side. So I've done a very little liner, little cat wing, nothing too much because she doesn't seem to do much to her eyes. I have got this white liner that I'm just going to blunt on the back of my hand just because I don't want to stab my eye with a really sharp pencil, and I'm going to use this in the waterline. It's not an amazing liner that, but I'm going to come back to it, and I'm now going to go back to the flick that I've just done now that it's dried. And I'm going to use a really dark brownish powder, and I'm going to use an angled brush. This is just the MAC 266 brush. I'm going to use it in a really nice dark colour that kind of is very similar to the liquid liner that I just used, and I'm going to use it just along the same edge just to help soften it a bit. This is a great way of covering imperfections if you're not very good at doing flicks. Okay, using the powder, I have accidentally blunted the liner, so I'm going to go in with a Q-tip just to clean that up. There we go. Tidy! Right. I'm going to go back in with the white because it is lifting, and I knew this was going to take a few layers. It's hard to find a good white liner that works on the inner waterline, in my opinion. Yeah, that white's crap. No wonder I've not used it before. I'll chuck that away, we're going to forget about that. I'm going to go on with this little pointy brush that I actually used earlier on the inner eye, and I'm now going to take a dark colour, probably the bronzer that I used earlier, and I'm just going to run that further underneath the eye just to darken them slightly. And now, eyelash colours. Sabrina uses fake lashes, but I'm not going to wear them because I find them really uncomfortable and I can't be bothered to, basically. And I am going out after this, so I want to be comfortable and confident. Maybelline Sky High Mascara. Even as a redhead, I always use black mascaras. I do tint my lashes and my brows, as I mentioned, so I've never found that it looks too heavy on my features. Get told a lot by different makeup artists, you should use brown. But you don't always have to listen to other people. Do what makes you happy. Combing through the lashes because I bloody hate clumpy looking lashes, so I'm just making sure I'm really covering every lash but that they're all separate and divided. Definitely doing my bottom lashes, of course, always. Little bit of highlighter. She likes to put it kind of here, so that's what I'm going to do. I was going to use a liquid, but I've actually just changed my mind. I'm going to use a powder, and I'm going to use this this Catrice More Than Glow highlighter, just because it looks about the right colour. So I hope it's I hope it's bright enough. So she wears hers about here. Oh, wow, that is a good highlighter. Holy moly! Oh, Jesus. Holy wowzers, I didn't realise that was so good. Okay, we've done it slightly. Let's just pat that in a smidge. They're going to see me all from bloody space with this stuff on. That highlighter ain't kidding around. That was cheap as well. Like, this is in Supreme Rose Beam, but wow, that's a good highlighter. I forgot I had this. This is excellent. I'm really happy with how my skin is looking, how my eyes are looking, so we're going to go on to the grand finale, which is the lips. I think Sabrina Carpenter's lips always look immaculate. They always look so fantastic. I do not know what she wears on her lips, or rather I do know, but I don't know, I don't have what she wears. So this will be a little bit of experimentation. I have got with me number 17's Autumn Berries Lasting Fix Lipstick. I don't know if it'll be the right colour, but that's where I'm going to start. And I'm going to overdraw my lip line with something like the, what's this? Yeah, Revolution Satin Kiss Lip Liner in Chauffeur. This kind of looks similar to what she wears. She tends to wear quite rosy lips, which I don't normally do myself. So let's see what this looks like. Now she really overdraws her Cupid's bow, so I'm going to try and replicate that. I think that lip liner is not bad. It could potentially be a little bit darker, but on my skin tone it looks pretty good. Now let's go on with the lipstick. It's very rosy. It's way rosier than I thought it was going to be. Not sure how I feel about it. On camera it's looking a lot pinker than it is in real life. Oh no, it actually looks really pink in real life as well. Not sure how I feel about it. Do we mix it with a brown? I don't know actually. It kind of suits the blush, I think. What do we think? Oh, if only I could hear you. Maybe I might just mix in a little bit of a brown. I have got this Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner in Cool Brown. I think what I'm going to do is just further line the outside of my lips just to try and tone down the pink a little bit. Because she has like really rosy pinky lips, but with like quite a brown liner. I don't know, what do we think? Setting spray. This is just the Clarins Fix Makeup. Just to help everything melt together. And that is the finished look. I will come back once I have put my clothes on for later and once my hair is finished. And this is my finished look. This is my rendition, if you will, of Sabrina Carpenter hair and makeup on a redhead slash really pale person. I think it came out really nice. I'm really happy with the skin. I think the lips need a little bit of work. I need to investigate what she actually uses because I love her lip combos. They are always spot on. They always look amazing. I'm 100% going to be doing this blush from now on. I absolutely love it. I realise that it is a lot of blush, but yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of the blush. So yeah. Anyway, I've got to go. I'm going out. So thank you for watching and I'll see you again soon.